Hi guys, and welcome back to the Makeup Hunter. In today's video I didn't really have many plans on what to film, but I was looking at some of my makeup collection and I thought it would be a nice idea to go through some of the new makeup that I have bought into my collection since I have had my bedroom decorated. So I haven't really gone mad. I've been trying to sort of change my ways a little bit with my makeup shopping, but I do have some new things that I haven't had the opportunity to try properly yet, and I thought it would be a good idea to try them out on camera. I haven't done my skincare or anything because I've got a few new bits of skincare that I thought I would share with you as well. I thought I would do that with you today. So if you would like to see some of the new makeup that I've bought into my collection recently, most of it being drugstore pricing or from indie brands, then please do keep watching. Also, if you haven't already, it would mean the absolute world to me if you could subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so that you're reminded every time I upload a video to this channel, and give me a like or leave me a comment. I know I have been absent from YouTube for a while, but now I have my setup sorted, I am hoping to get back into more regular filming, and I'm also hoping that this lighting and this setup is working a bit better. So let's get into the video. Okay, so what I'm going to do first of all is just prepare my skin for makeup. So do all my skincare that I would usually do, and then I think we'll go through the products that I have bought into my collection recently, and then we'll just go and try some of them on my face. So the first thing that I'm going to do is spray the Eucerin Hyaluron Plus 3 times Effect facial mist. But a couple of the items that I've got new to show you are some skincare products from Makeup Revolution. Now most of these things that I'm going to show you are from Makeup Revolution, and it's a brand that I haven't purchased from in years. I'll be honest, they're not a brand that really interests me all that much. I'm a bit of a makeup snob and I do like my luxury beauty, but I had a bit of a gander when I was seeing so much about the dupes that they've done for the Charlotte Tilbury Pink Gasm and Peach Gasm like blush lighters, and I thought they were out of stock everywhere. I thought I'll just have a quick look on the Revolution website, and I got totally sucked in and I ended up doing quite a big order. So the skincare that I purchased from Makeup Revolution, it's really just sort of for me to try it. I'm not expecting miracles. I'm not even expecting to love the stuff that much, but I was very much in need of some eye creams, and because my skin's been so super dry, an oil for at night time. So I haven't filmed in quite a while, so my brain's a bit scattered, so I'm sorry if I'm a bit all over the place. But the first thing that I picked up is this Makeup Revolution Eye Injection Eye Serum, and it's from their Rehab range, and this was kind of going a little bit like viral. So I got this, and this is so strange. At first I didn't think I liked this product at all, but I've actually come to really enjoy it. It literally looks like a lip gloss. It's just a very thin serum that you put around the eye area before any like heavier creams, and it's got a really cooling sensation. It almost feels like you're putting a like a lip plumper under your eyes, and that's actually the beauty of it. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to like plump the lines that are under your eye and give a much more like hydrated, youthful appearance. The one thing I will say is don't get it in your eyes because it does burn a little bit. I tend to try and keep it sort of lower down on my eye area, but that instant cooling effect is quite alarming at first, but I've actually come to quite like it, and I do think it does what it says on the tin. I do think it makes my under eye area look a little bit more plump, a little bit more hydrated. Obviously it doesn't do anything for my dark circles or my discoloration or anything like that, but I do definitely think that it does do something for the fullness of the under eye area. And then I got 3 eye creams. So I got the Revolution Vitamin C eye cream. This is just a very basic vitamin C eye cream. I've been using this one sort of on a daily basis. Nice and hydrating. It doesn't feel too greasy. It's very lightweight. I've been enjoying it. And then these 2 I have yet to use. So I've got the Revolution Skincare London Toning Boost Bakuchiol, I'm not entirely sure how to say that, eye cream, and this says that it's it has an intense toning effect under the eyes. So I thought that this would be a good one to use at night time. So like I say, I haven't tried that one yet. And then this one is the Pigment Boost Colour Correcting Eye Cream, which sounded very similar to the First Aid Beauty and the Origins eye creams that have like a pigment to them and light reflecting particles. So I thought I would give this one a try, and it does say to only use this in the morning. So I think I'm going to give this one a go today, as I am going to be putting makeup on. It's like a thicker moussey texture. So being that this has got a pigment in it, I'm actually going to put this on last. I'm going to put my moisturiser on first. So I'm just going to go in with the Hydrating Expert. And this is a lovely thick moisturiser, but it doesn't feel greasy or heavy on the skin. It's super hydrating, and my skin just immediately feels really juicy and hydrated. It does have some fragrance in it, but I have, as I've said, super sensitive skin, and I haven't noticed any issues. It hasn't broke me out or anything like that. It's just a really lovely rich moisturiser. So whilst that's soaking in, I am going to put on some of the Pigment Boost eye cream. Not sure how much of this I'm going to need. And that also feels really, really cooling. But that might be because it's going on top of that eye serum. I can see a slight bit of like shimmer on my finger. Let's just put a little bit more. Feels really nice and light, and I do love, now I've got used to it, I do love that cooling effect that the eye serum has. So obviously it's still wet, so it's going to have a bit of reflection. It'll be interesting to see if that reflection remains once everything has dried down. But yeah, so that's my skincare done. And then the other two bits of skincare that I got were the, like I say, this is the Night Restore oil, this is the Squalane and Evening Primrose oil, and this is what I was after. I was after an oil that had got squalane in it. And Evening Primrose oil is also really good for mature skin. So I haven't tried this yet because I'm still working through my Beauty Pie nighttime oil, but this had really great reviews. I did have a good look at all of the reviews of the products that I purchased, and it did have some pretty decent reviews from people with more mature skin. I think Revolution is very much geared towards a younger audience, so I was looking for the age ranges that were older to see sort of how I would feel about the products. And then this product is another one that has gone super viral. This is the Revolution Pro Miracle Cream, and this is a knockoff dupe of Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream. Now, I have used Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream. I like it, really enjoy it, but I don't think it's worth the price tag. And I do find it can sometimes, because it's such a heavy cream, it can leave my skin feeling a little bit clogged at times. So I was interested in trying this version of it. There's a lot of murmurings about Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream, about that it's, you know, that it's basically just Nivea, that it's nothing special, and that it's just got her name on it. I don't fall either way. Like I say, I enjoyed it, but I wouldn't pay that price tag for it. So I thought I would give this a go. And this is very different from Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream. For a start off, the smell is nothing like it. This has like a cocoa smell to it, almost like a cocoa butter smell, whereas Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream smells like roses. This is also a much lighter weight texture than Magic Cream. Magic Cream has that thick, almost greasy feeling to it, whereas this one is much thinner and it soaks in a lot quicker, but it does leave the skin feeling super hydrated and looking super hydrated, juicy, you know. And it's a gorgeous, this is touted as a priming moisturiser, the same as Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream, and this is a beautiful primer. I've used it quite a few times, really been enjoying it. I think I am going to put a little bit on today on top of my moisturiser, just on my cheeks where I get extra dry, and it feels so silky. The smell isn't my favourite. Like I say, it does have that kind of like almost a more earthy kind of cocoa butter smell. My favourite scent is roses, so I do actually like the smell of the Charlotte Tilbury one. But yeah, I think this cream is lovely for the price. I think it's £10. I'm sure that the Charlotte Tilbury one has beautiful ingredients in comparison to this one, but I was just curious, and actually I'm quite impressed. So that is my skin before we move on to makeup. And I do think there is a little bit of definite radiance underneath my eyes. It's definitely not taken away the blueness or any of the the discoloration under my eyes, but I do think that it definitely has helped a little bit with the radiance. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the products before I actually put them on my face. But I did get another primer, so I got the I Heart Revolution Tasty Coconut Primer. This is a primer with coconut extract, and it says that it's a very hydrating serum like primer. So I got that one. I'm not going to be using that today as I've got the Miracle Cream on. I also got the IRL foundation. This is the Revolution IRL Filter Longwear Foundation, and it's a breathable soft matte. This is another one that I'd seen quite a few people talking about here on YouTube, and I was really intrigued to try it. I've only ever tried a couple of other Revolution based products years ago, and I wasn't very impressed. I like their concealer, but that was really the only thing that I kept in my collection. But I quite liked the sound of this. I'd heard that people sort of compare this to the NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation, which I've used a full one of those up and really enjoyed it, so I thought I would give that a go. Spoiler alert, I have used that once already. I love it, but we'll see it applied to my skin. I also got 2 setting sprays. Setting sprays were another thing that I went on there specifically for, as I am sort of running low on my setting sprays and wanted just a bog standard setting spray with no shimmer or anything like that in. So I got the Super Dewy Fix fixing spray. This is like an aerosol can. And then I picked up the I Heart Revolution Coconut Hydrating Fixing Spray. One of my favourite setting sprays is the Pretty Fresh from Colourpop, which is a coconut scented hydrating primer, and I was hoping this would be similar, as this is much easier to get here in the UK. Looking at it, I don't think it's going to be, but we'll give it a go. I got another priming product. This was another one that sort of was trending. This is the Revolution Line Fix Under Eye Primer to smooth and fill fine lines before makeup application. So I'm really intrigued about this one, but I think I've got enough going on under my eyes today, so I'll save this one for another day. And then I've got a lot of cheap products. So first thing I got was the Revolution Cream Bronzer. This is supposed to be very similar to the Fenty cream bronzers, which are some of my absolute favourite cream bronzers, and I got the shade Light, so I'm going to give that a go. I also got 2 of the Revolution Fast Base blush sticks. I got the shade Mauve, which this one is more of a, in my opinion, like a nudie colour, and the shade Spicy, which is this gorgeous reddy orange. So I got those. Then I also got 2 of the new Watermelon Collection Dewy blush tints. These are from the new I Heart Revolution Tasty Watermelon range, similar to the coconut. I got the shades Glazed, which is a beautiful bright pink, and these are watermelon scented. I could live without the fragrance, but it doesn't bother me too much. And then I got the shade Flushed, which is a beautiful like bright coral orange. So then I also picked up 3 of the Super Dewy range. So I got the Super Dewy liquid bronzer in the shade Fair to Light, the Super Dewy liquid highlighter in the shade Gold Champagne and Pink Lights. So I had heard quite a lot of good things about these, so I'm excited to try those. I also got an extra hold brow glue. I also have been really wanting to try a freckle product, like a faux freckle product, so I picked up the it's the one of their sister brands, one of their many sister brands, Relove from Revolution. This is the freckle pen, and it's just like a felt tip liner, so I'm going to give that a go. And then these were the things that I went specifically on there for. So these are the Revolution Pro Hydra Bright Cream blushes, and I've got the shade Pink and Peach, and these are supposed to be dead on dupes for Charlotte Tilbury's Pink Gasm and Peach Gasm, so we'll give these a go. I have already tried one of these and I do quite like it, but I don't have the original, like the OG to compare it to, because it's constantly sold out since the Madison Beer video. So I picked those two up, and then I went a little bit crazy and I got two concealers. These are the Eye Bright concealers, and these are supposed to be dupes for the Magic Touch concealer from Charlotte Tilbury. Same packaging, all of that kind of thing. I have used these, I quite like them, but I have some thoughts which I will share when it comes to doing my concealer. And then I picked up 4 of the highlighting pens. So these are the Bright Light highlighters. I got the shade Beam Pink to see if it was similar to the Pink Gasm blush. I got the shade Strobe Champagne, which is supposed to be a dupe for the Hollywood Spotlight one from Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Spotlight. I got the shade Radiance Bronze and the shade Gold Light. So I initially picked up these two and was so impressed that I went back for these two. Okay, so I realised I hadn't hit record. So what I was saying was I am in the shade F3 in the Revolution IRL foundation, and you really do not need a lot of this product because it is very full coverage, as you can see. That is just under 1 full pump that I've used on my face, and you can see just what level of coverage that it gives. It also blends very easily. It doesn't drag on the skin or anything like that. I was saying before I realised I wasn't filming that I do usually use a sponge, a damp sponge for my foundation, but I've been seeing a lot of people using brushes recently, and it's made me want to dig out my foundation brush. So I've got my foundation brush and concealer brush, and I'll see how I feel about it with this foundation. I have got my sponge ready if I need it, but you can see how easily it blends. You could definitely get full coverage, I think. Well, medium to full coverage with this foundation if you used more, obviously, but I prefer a light medium coverage, and I do find that the coverage with this foundation is very customizable. But as you can see, it's just perfected my skin, evened out my redness. It has got a sort of a natural satin matte finish, but it doesn't look dry, and I can still work with it and move it around without it sort of going cakey on me or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, it's so quick to use, but it gives that perfect level of coverage. I really wasn't expecting to like this foundation as much as I do. I think I'm a bit of a negative Nancy when it comes to brands like Makeup Revolution. Like, I assume that I'm going to hate the products, Obviously I bought them, so I want them to work for me, but I'm very skeptical about them. And I'm really impressed with this foundation. So that is the foundation, and now let's move on to the concealers, and this is where I'm a little bit iffy. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you. Yes, I can. So I got two shades. I got the shade light, I got the shade porcelain, and I got the shade light, as I do like to have two shades of concealers as I get older. I like sort of a more natural one for under my eyes, and then I like a brighter one for sort of highlighting. So the idea was that I would use light under my eyes and then porcelain if I needed to brighten things up. So the issue I have with this product, and bear in mind these are completely brand new, I have major separation in there, and it's the same in both tubes. It does say on the lid, shake well before use, but no matter how much I shake these products, I cannot seem to mix the product. And when you twist it up and the product comes out, it does come out with like that oil. So I'm really going to shake it up. And it's still separated. So I'm going to squeeze it up, twist it up, get some of the product out, and you can hopefully see that it's kind of oily. Now I've used these and it blends fine, and it doesn't separate or go weird under my eyes or anything like that. It just bothers me a little bit that the product looks that way. I mean, it is super thin and lightweight on the skin. I'm just trying to use up as much product on here as I can. Feels super thin and lightweight, and as I say, it doesn't separate or go weird under my eye. It just, I don't know, it's just, it seems strange that the consistency is like that and it's so separated in the component. If I hadn't bought them brand new directly from the Revolution website, I would be suspicious that they were expired. But you can see it's covered up my little blemish that I had. My eyes, my under eye area are nice and bright, and as long as I set, it doesn't separate. I wore it for a full day and it doesn't crease or go weird at all. It's just that strange consistency. Next we're going to do cream bronzer, and what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do one on each side. So I'm going to use the Fenty dupe on this side, and I'm going to use the, oh, that was the highlighter, the Super Dewy liquid bronze on this side. I've zoomed out a touch for the bronzer, so I'm going to start with the Super Dewy liquid bronzer, and for this I am going to use this flat sort of kabuki style brush, like it's quite a dense brush. And then for the ultra cream bronzer, I'm going to use my usual Zoeva stippling brush. That's the method that I use for my Fenty. So I have seen that this a little bit goes a long way. So what I'm going to do is just squeeze some on the back of my hand. And I'm going to work it into the brush from the back of my hand and just go directly on to my face. Okay, straight off the bat, this is super easy to work with and blend. It's actually not as difficult to work with as I thought it might be, so I'm actually going to go in with a little bit more. Now I know I've sort of got a feel for the product, and again I'm just working it into the brush from the back of my hand. It's this shade Light is the perfect colour for my skin. It's a very subtle bronze, but it's enough for me. I don't like to be too bronzed and look too tan unless I've got some fake tan on. So that's it, blended straight. That was so easy, and it's called super dewy, but I actually don't think it is super dewy. The texture on the back of my hand, it does feel tacky, but I've also got that miracle cream on the back of my hand. It's just a really nice subtle bronzer. I really like that. I could probably go up a shade, but I do think that is perfect for me. So now I am going to try the Ultra Bronze. So this is just a solid pan, and I'm just going to go directly into the pan. Picks up a decent amount. Okay, so this one is way more pigmented. Oh no, oh dear, too pigmented. Okay, that's fine, we can fix it, don't panic. I'm really glad I went in with a stipple brush. I'm just taking it across my nose as well. And then I'm just going to take my foundation brush just to pounce over. So obviously that is a much stronger bronzer. It's much more pigmented, and a teeny tiny amount of that goes a long way. It does actually very much remind me of the Fenty. I would say possibly this is more pigmented than Fenty. I can really go in with my Fenty bronzer and it doesn't sort of make me panic like this one did. But it blends really nicely. It looks seamless now on my skin. The colour's a really good colour for me. Yeah, I really like it. I actually can't choose between which one I like the best. I think this one would be something that I would reserve for when I want to be a bit more bronzed and a bit more glam, and this for more of like an everyday, more understated makeup look. But they both look really pretty. Cream blush first, and I think I'm going to go for this pink one, this watermelon one. So this is the shade Glazed, and this is a beautiful blue, sort of bright, almost neon pink. And I've got a teeny tiny bit there on my brush, and I'm going to use this little duo fibre brush, and again I'm working off the back of my hand, and I've got a feeling this is going to go a long way, so I'm really working that into my brush. Oh yep, super pigmented. I mean, it's a beautiful colour, that. Such a good spring, summer pop. Take it across my nose for that, like, being in the sun kind of look. That's a really pretty formula, actually. It's like a serum blush, so it has that sort of sheerness to it, but obviously the colour is super punchy. I really like that. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about those, but I'm really impressed with that. So now what I'm going to do is just go away and set where I need to, prime my eyes, and we'll look at some of the eyeshadow palettes. Okay, so I've set where I need to, just under my eyes, round my mouth and just in the centre of my forehead, but I've left my cheeks nice and dewy and glowy, and I've got to say I am loving this base so far. It feels really light, but I'm just absolutely loving the glow, and I think this blush is so pretty. I mean, if I add powder, it will take down some of the shine. The powder I'm using is my Chanel Healthy Glow, so it does have a little bit of radiance, but if you didn't want it to be this shiny, you could just add a little bit more powder, but I've left most of the perimeter of my face free of powder, so really impressed with that. What I'm going to do now is give my face a quick spritz with the I Heart Revolution coconut spray. I think I'm going to use both of these. I'm going to use this one now as like my midway step, and then use this one at the very end. So let's see how we go. Okay, it's quite an aggressive mist. I do feel like I've just soaked my face, but I don't mind that. Definitely very different to the Colourpop one. It's got a very light coconut scent, but it doesn't feel as hydrating as the Colourpop one. This may have alcohol in it, which is why I could feel that sort of instant tightening, like it's fixing my makeup in place. But it hasn't sort of taken, you know, it hasn't mattified me or anything like that, which is all I use a spray for at this point in my routine, is just to kind of melt everything together. So can't really give too much of an opinion on this one at the moment. It hasn't burnt my eyes or anything like that, so it's not got too strong alcohol or anything like that in it. But right, let's go through the eyeshadow palettes. Now I do have quite a few. I'm not going to spend too much time talking too much about each one. I'm just going to give you a quick overview, and then there are a couple of palettes here that I think I'm going to do separate videos on. The one that I am definitely going to be doing its own video for is the Saints, Angels Sinners X Smink Baroned, who is a beautiful creator on Instagram. She is super talented and one of the loveliest people that I've come into contact with on Instagram. This is her here, and this is the little card that I got with the order. I'll go through more about the palette when I do like the dedicated video to it, but this is the palette. This is absolutely stunning. I have used this a couple of times and absolutely adore it. So that one will be getting its very own video. She deserves it. And then I have a few palettes from the Glam shop. Now, I have spoken on here previously about my love affair that I am having with the Glam shop Poland, and I recently picked up more of their limited edition palettes. The one that has been just on my mind that I couldn't stop thinking about is the Zlone palette. This is the green palette. I am not going to try and butcher the Polish names, but this is the palette here. It is absolutely stunning, and the Glam shop formula is fast becoming one of my favourites. The mattes are quite powdery, but they are so easy to work with, super pigmented, and the shimmers are like something from a different dimension. They're amazing. Then I also picked up the Celadin palette. This was their spring last year, I think it was, release, and this is what that one looks like. Obviously I am a big fan of the colour green, and that is just incredibly stunning. And then I also picked up from them, from that same collection, the Tropikana palette. This is gorgeous. This has some super chunky shimmers that are like flakies, but they are so shifty and impactful on the eye. They are absolutely stunning. I think I'm probably going to use this one today to go with this like pink cheek. And then one of their more recent palettes is the, I think it's Percusa, which I think means seductive. And this is stunning. Again, this contains some super like flaky, like chunky shadows, which are this one here, this one, and this one, and you can see that there's like some oil around. When these came to me, because they are so flaky and delicate, they had kind of lifted up a little bit in the pan, so I pressed, like repressed them, and it pushed a lot of the oil out. But they perform perfectly. They come really well packaged. The experience I've had with the Glam shop Poland is just one of my best shopping experiences that I've ever had. They are so fast with the delivery, and everything comes so well and carefully packaged. So they were from the Glam shop. And then I have 4 little palettes from a UK indie brand called Unique Beauty. Now, I purchased 2 palettes from them a few months ago. They were having a bit of a sale, but they didn't have a lot of stock left, and then they did a massive site-wide restock and had another massive sale, so I picked up the rest of the ones that I wanted. These were so cheap, and they are such beautiful quality palettes. And again, the owners are it's 2 sisters that run this brand. They do everything themselves, from creating the products, packing them, the artwork, everything. Their customer services is excellent, and they're just really nice brand to buy from. So I got the Japan Volume 1. These come in what they call like their fashion magazines, which is like, they call it their large palettes, and they're 3 small palettes that make up a fashion magazine. So this was from the Japan fashion magazine, and you've got volume 1, 2 and 3, and then each little palette is different. I hope that makes sense. But this is volume 1, and this is a beautiful pinky toned palette. And again, their formula is just incredibly stunning. They have some of those more flaky shadows like the Glam shop in these palettes as well. And then I've got Japan Volume 3. I'm regretting not picking up Volume 2, but it wasn't a colour story that really spoke to me. This is Volume 3. Really, really stunning. The metallics are so transformative in these little palettes. And the mattes are so pigmented and easy to work with. And then I've got the Autumn palette from their Christmas collection, which is this gorgeous, obviously very autumnal colour story. And this is a beautiful white to green iridescent. Really stunning. From the Self-Care collection, the Pamper Me palette, and I have the other two from this collection which I purchased first. So this is the Pamper Me palette, which is a gorgeous peachy purple palette. Really, really stunning. I mean, this shade just looks incredible. So those were a very quick look at the Unique beauty palettes. I'll leave everything linked in the description below. I'm very conscious that this video is already super duper long, so what I'm going to do is do a very quick eye look using the Glam Shop Tropikana palette, which I will just speed through. So I'll be right back. Okay folks, so that's my eye look. I did a super quick, messy, sort of spring toned eye. I absolutely love that Tropikana palette. I'll just bring you in a little bit closer. I did poke myself in the eye with the mascara. Just done something super simple. I put a little bit of yellow in my waterline. Just one light coat of mascara. Now obviously I did get the Super Hold Extra Hold Brow Glue, but I've actually laminated my own brows and they actually don't need any product in them. They're still sort of doing their laminated thing, so I can't really test this out today. I've literally just brushed them through with a spoolie. So that's it for the eyes. I thought what I would do now is try on the Hydra cream blush, which is the Charlotte Tilbury dupe, and I thought I would do that on one side, and then I would also use the pink Beam Pink in the Bright Light highlighter on the other side. So as this is a blush lighter, I'm going to put it sort of not on the very tippy tops of my cheekbones. I'm going to put it kind of high up on my actual cheek, so over the blush that I've already done. And I'm just going to tap this in with my finger and hope it doesn't pick anything up. I have a feeling from what I have seen that this isn't as pigmented as the Charlotte Tilbury one. The Charlotte Tilbury one, you can pretty much wear it on its own with no blusher underneath, but I think this one is much lighter in pigment, and it blends out to quite a, I mean there is colour there, but I don't think from what I've seen it's as pigmented as the Charlotte Tilbury one. I mean it's very pretty, it looks super nice with that blusher that I've already got on, but I don't think it's the exact same. And this one is much paler colour. This one is definitely more of an icy pink champagne type of colour. They do a deeper one in this, but it's sold out, so I think that one might be a closer dupe, which is why it's constantly sold out. So you can see this one is super bright and luminous, but it definitely has that more icy quality to it. So that is the Revolution Bright Light highlighter, and this is the Revolution Pro Hydra Bright cream blush. So that is my makeup all finished using mostly Revolution products that I've purchased recently. I must say I'm pretty happy with everything. Nothing has totally blown me out of the water and blew my skirt up. I mean, I like everything, but if I was to pick favourites, I would say definitely the foundation. This is a definite win for me. I really like this, and it is one I could definitely say that if I was to run out of it, I would repurchase it. I really like both of the cream bronzing products for very different occasions. So for a no makeup look, I really like this one, and then for something a bit more full coverage, I like this one. Fenty cream products, cream cheek products, were my gateway drug into cream makeup, so they will always hold a really special place in my collection, but this is a nice cheaper alternative. I do like the highlighters. They suit my style of makeup, but they're not better any of the other highlighters in my collection. I still prefer my cream highlighters in a like a solid pan form, and these just aren't quite as good as some of my favourites, but I do like them. The concealers, like I say, I like the effect it has. It doesn't sort of go weird under my eyes. You can see it's not curdled with the powder. It's just that weird separation thing that I can't quite get around, like get past. But I like it. Setting spray didn't blow me away. I haven't used this one. And I've put my fringe down, so I think I'm going to save this for another video. But this one, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to replace my Colourpop Pretty Fresh spray. I think I would probably still prefer to just pay the shipping and get that one. What else? Cream blusher. I love the cream blusher. I really do like that cream blusher, and I'm excited to try the other colour and the blush sticks. And the Glam Shop palette. I am obsessed with Glam Shop. I also now own quite a few of their brushes. They are some of my favourite brushes that I've ever tried. I've just ordered some more palettes and some more brushes, so I am definitely, you know, a fan of the Glam Shop. So that's everything. I'll list everything that I've got on my face in the description box below. What's on my lip, I'll put all that in there. Yes, so that is it. I am actually really loving this makeup, and I'm quite surprised at how inexpensive a lot of these products are that are on my face. I'm such a makeup snob, but I am really impressed, I've got to say. So yeah, that is it from me for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so sorry for the chaotic energy. Love to you all. Thank you so much for being here, for hanging out with me. I hope you're all doing good. I hope you're looking after yourself, that you're loving yourself, you know, the way that you deserve to be. And take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks, guys.